All right. Well, I don't recognize some faces. Maybe you are on another team underneath Lori, and that is totally fine. My name is Heather Harrison, and I am the CEO of the Embrace Empire. And Lori and I are going to be running this coaching sneak peek tonight, and you might see some other coaches on here. Perfect, amazing. If they invited you, I'm very, very excited. Like I said, my name is Heather, and I have been coaching since 2015. To make a long story short, I started my journey into coaching from a kitchen table in Saudi Arabia, and I had really no intentions of diving into the business full time. It was more or less kind of a hobby type thing that I really wanted to just do something for myself, and I really, really, really needed this community. And I was in a really bad way of anxiety, depression. I had a 9-week old and a 2-year old. I had just moved over to Saudi Arabia, and literally was like, there was no time for me. And so I started my journey with the 21-day fix, and my husband and I both started together. 21 days later, I loved what the program did for me. I loved the nutrition portion of it, and I really fell in love with everything. And in June 30th, I think, of 2015 was when I actually signed up to become a coach, and I never really looked back. I'm going to go ahead and take it forward to me dabbling in the business until 2017. So you put the effort you put in is what you're going to get back out. So if you dabble in this business, you guys, you literally are going to get hobby, kind of some extra income, but you're not going to sit there and really see the benefit of a team and a business if you're not showing up. So 2017 was kind of a turning point for me. I remember the phone call with Lori saying, Lori, I either have to go back to work or I have to make this business work. I had moved back that summer with my girls. They were starting school in the fall, and we were at a place that my husband hadn't been paid for 6 months. And it was more or less fighting for like just staying afloat. I drew my line in the sand and I said, I cannot wake up, bring these babies to daycare, and go to a full-time job while my husband's still working over in Saudi Arabia, and then come home and do it all again the next day. I drew a line in the sand that day and I said, this is going to work. And when I said that to myself, and Lori's like, you've got to make that choice. You've got to like get with it, Heather, pretty much is what she said to me. And every day since then, y'all, I have shown up. And if you ask me, and people ask what your superpower is, consistency has been my superpower for 5.5 years. Whether I dabbled in this business or I went full time in this business, I have shown up every single day. And I will tell all of our new coaches, like I've shared my journey, but I've just utilized my social media platform as my journal. It's not always fun. It's not always sexy. It's not always, the best content, but I've shown up and I've committed to programs. I've shown what our programs and our nutrition truly does. I've shown what this community does for us, and I share it all. So last year, I went into 2020, as a lot of our veteran coaches probably say, I'm gonna do it. This is going to be my year. And a lot happened. March came around, COVID happened. My husband came home a week before shutdown. And this was more or less a time for, he had no job. He came home, no job. And it was more or less, okay, you are now going to help me homeschool these children, and I am going to work full time. So we flipped the switch, and I really, truly utilized, instead of COVID for us being this really bad thing, I utilized it as the biggest blessing that's ever come into my life for this purpose. My husband was home for 7 months, and I was able to pour in to this business like I've never truly have before, and pour belief into my team that we could truly do this, but it was going to be a team effort. And so 5 years into this business, we became a first time elite team, which that doesn't mean a whole lot to a lot of people, but it means that I have truly built a business that is a sustainable business to last. And moving forward, I have leaders underneath me that want this to last as well. So that's kind of the short of my story. Lori, do you want to share your story at all?
Yeah, I can. And I feel like most of you guys, are coaches on here, but we do have some new people that don't know. So I started 8.5 years ago. It will be my 9-year anniversary. I think it's tax day. I want to say it's like April 15th. And I remember it because I got my tax check that day. But I didn't actually start until later. And when I started, I just started for the discount. I was a full-time accountant. I had, 10-hour days, 2-hour commutes, a new baby at home, 2 kids that were older in sports. I ran an Etsy business on the side doing wedding bridal hangers. And to be honest, I look back and I think I was more excited to be doing Beachbody with this community and knowing girls were going to be sweating for the wedding and they would be buying my bridal hangers than I ever thought about doing this business opportunity. So I did it just because I wanted to lose weight. I was needing to get back in my pants. I wanted to save the money off of the products. I didn't want any part of this business. So I got into this for strictly that purpose only. But I found this community. I found the support. I didn't have that with my coworkers. I didn't have it with my husband at the time. I didn't have it anywhere else, but I found this group and this community. And so when I was struggling, I posted in there that I was about to quit. And I was just I wasn't seeing results. And they're the ones that said, just keep going, just trust the process, just be consistent, and you will see results. And I've applied that to everything in my life to this day. So ever since then, I've shown up every single day. What happened was the next week, right when I was about to quit, I started the weight was melting off. And I just became so obsessed with the process, with the belief that someone put in me that I didn't have in myself and I would have quit again, something else, that I continued to go. And I just started to share it. And I had a coach and she was just like, you need to tell people, you need to post this. And all I could think in my mind is, I don't want to put myself out there. I don't want the guy that sits in the cube next to me, who's my Facebook friend, to see my fat rolls. That's not cute. He's going to only think about that. That was my vision. But I knew that there would be somebody else who needed the convenience, who had the crazy busy life that I did. And I just began to share. And it was my way of just being accountable. And the next thing I knew, I was getting better results. And my friends were asking, okay, what is this you're doing? And then I'm like, okay, well, if they buy these shakes from me that I'm talking about anyways, it's going to pay for the shakes that I purchase. And then if I keep talking about it and more people buy stuff, then that's going to help, with other ways. So it was putting money on my kids' lunch accounts. It was allowing me to go out to lunch and not, worry about if I needed to count my checkbook to the penny that day. Can I go to Target and not feel guilty and let my kids buy something without always having to tell them no? And those little things just began to add up. I never, ever intended on doing this business full time, ever. I enjoyed it. I wanted it to be a hobby. I treated it like a hobby. I showed up every day and I did it, and it was creating a good little income, and we had a little team. And I loved it, but I had no desire to move forward into the job that I was in. And I kept continuing to learn and grow and show up. And then I just remember one day praying, God, if this is something I'm supposed to be doing, because, well, let me rewind. My coach is huge in insanity. If you guys have ever seen anything, her name is Danielle. She is best friends with Sean. She's now been in the programs, but back then, that's my coach. She lives local to me, asked me to teach an insanity class for her. I just gotten certified. At that point, I had never spoken in front of people. I chose accounting for a reason. I didn't like talking. I don't like people focused on me. But I agreed to it because I would never tell her no. If she told me to do anything, I trusted her, I was going to do it. And so I prayed that day. I'm just I don't know how I'm going to do this. I literally don't know what I'm going to do. But if this is something that I should be doing, I'll do it. So I went and taught my first class that day. And I kind of joked to some of the girls that are on my team. And I always tell them, if you're scared, just think to yourself, what would Lori do? Because that was, to me, how I had to push myself to get out of my comfort zone and get out of my own way. And so I taught that class pretending that I was Danielle. What would Danielle do? 2 days later, after that class, like I was fired up. I was excited. I was like, okay, I was able to do it. I ended up getting laid off from my job. And it was back when fuel prices were really high. I just wasn't motivated to go into management. They complained too much. And I was just like, that's not for me. And I really believe that it was that prayer to say, like, if this is what I was meant to do, I will do it. And so after being at home, just thinking, okay, I worked 2 jobs my entire life. I have never seen my kids, at their school. Like, I've always worked. It was either working in college or working 2 jobs. I'd never once gone on a field trip, a volunteer, a lunch date. Like, they literally thought my mom was their mom because she was the one that was doing everything. And at that time, Devin was, I think was like 15 months old. And I just looked at her and I thought, I can't do this again. I've already had someone show me what was possible. I've already seen changes in myself. Like, what if I just gave myself 6 months to really, really be committed, to really treat this like a job? And like Heather said at the beginning, if you kind of sort of do it, you kind of sort of get results. And that's okay. Like, not everybody wants to do this full time and not everybody wants to go all in. But if you want to make it be that way, it can be. So I sacrificed so much because I didn't want to go back to work after that 6 months. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to be part of life with my kids. I wanted to be present. I wanted to give them the best of me instead of what was left of me. And by the end of that year, I was matching my senior accounting income, and we were creating a 6-figure business. And just as the income disclaimer, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success. It's up to your hard work, diligence, skill. But the point is, it's possible. And we have shown this possibility over and over and over again throughout people on our team and in the network. And it's possible for you too. Now, your goals and what you want out of it are going to be completely different than the person next to you. And the cool thing is, our team is a little bit different than others. And we actually have people that come to us because they're like, okay, I don't want to be forced to do this and that. We don't lead that way. We don't lead with the business and you need to sell. The way that we try to help you understand how to grow this business is you got to take care of you first. Like, I don't care what you do business-wise, you have to take care of you. And when you're not feeling good about yourself and your own journey in your own life, that trickles into everything that you do. You're stressed out as a mom, you're stressed out as a wife, as a partner, as a friend, and you really need to take care of you first. And when you do that, it will trickle into the business. It will trickle into your personal life, into your growth, into everything that you do. So I really shrank up my story in those last 8 years, but because of that opportunity, I didn't have to go back to work. I didn't have to miss out on anything else. I was able to leave a toxic relationship. I was able to move. I was able to, pay off all my debt because I was one of those that was living on welfare. I had food stamps, WIC. I had people paying my daycare. I had to borrow money just to pay my mortgage while I was trying to go to school, trying to work, and I couldn't do it all. And this allowed for financial freedom like I have never experienced in life. And so my goal looking back now looking back was that I was being used as a lighthouse for others. I was going through all of these things so that now I can show up to show someone else, okay, she's been through it and it's possible and I can do it too. And so we want to kind of bring this to you in a version of saying, yes, it's possible. Here's the vision. We help you create your vision for your life of what it is. But to know that it's really just about you showing up and sharing. We're going to give you a bunch of information and it might be a little bit overwhelming. And if you were to sign up and learn, it's going to be a lot. But at the end of the day, what it comes back to is you showing up for you first and you just sharing that with other people. And you just showing them that it is possible to fit health and fitness into your life, to work on your mindset and to work on your just, self-love and, all those kinds of things as you're working on everything else. And because of that, you can create an income opportunity that can absolutely change your family's entire trajectory for your life. Because I know it has for me, I know it has for others, I know it's going to for Heather, and I see so many others on here. Like I see Jonna, she's ready to retire and come home. And like this to me is the most amazing feeling, is to see the opportunities that are available to you if you choose to take it. So Heather, do you have the slides ready?
Yes.
You guys, you will be coming into an amazing group. We are, super supportive of each other. This is all about collaboration over competition. Like, we share with you everything that we do. We give you the real deal. We don't sugarcoat stuff. And so as you get signed up, like we talk about being influencers because that's what you are. You are an influencer every day in your life, whether you realize that that's the term of what you're doing. If you have ever shared anything you bought from Trader Joe's, Costco, Target, you know, maybe you picked up, you know, some new pet food or a toy, you are influencing someone that's like, oh, I need to do that. And so they've used the terms, you know, it's kind of so loosely over the years, but that's essentially what you're going to become. And as coaches, that's what we do. We just focus on the nutrition, we focus on the fitness, we focus on like how to create a healthy lifestyle, how to incorporate this to show our children what's possible. And we use the products and the programs that are available to us in order to accomplish this at home. But the cool thing is, if working out at home is not your thing, you can take this to the gym. If you are focused on, you know, using nutrition and you're not so much concerned about the workout piece, we have an entire nutrition like section of pre-workout, post-workout, recovery, collagen, bars, muscle building products, child nutrition, like superfood shakes, like, and there's so much more that is about to come that I'm not allowed to even share about, that it's just going to be amazing. And so what we do is we show the products that we love, the way that we fit these into our life, and then ideally we teach you how to connect with people just like you that are going to need these same kind of products and these same kind of programs. So maybe you're a mom and you have two toddlers at home and you're going crazy and you can't get out of the house. You have an online support community through this Netflix of workouts in our private groups that you can connect with, still get your workout in the home, still let your kids run around crazy, or do it during nap time, or do it before they wake up. But at the end of the day, we have all the tools that you need that are the key piece towards what we do. And just a kind of a little background history, the way that this company even started was, if you've ever heard of P90X and Insanity, those were kind of the original programs. And they had this online forum with the workouts, and they would see that people were struggling, and they would comment to each other like, don't give up, you got this, keep going. And then they would start to share their own like accountability pictures and like, here's my progress, here's what I did on that move. And our CEO got this idea, like, what if we created this opportunity where we had coaches that had taken these workouts and this experience and helped coach other people through the process. And that is essentially where Team Beachbody was born, is because we found out that it's the community piece that makes us different than anyone else, that allows us to really help people to see the success. You get the trainers, you get the dietitians, we get all the things given to you, but the team aspect of it is the key towards everything. You want me to do this? You want to go?
Go, it's fine. So the biggest thing that I get questions about is how do you coach? Where do you have to like show up, right? And I'm sure everybody sees, or you probably found your coach on social media. Guys, I'm here to tell you that yes, social media is going to be your platform. Like whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, you pick your platform and you run with it. Some people are really, really good at Facebook. Others are really amazing at Instagram or TikTok. I mean, right now, there's so many different social media platforms, but the key to success on social media is truly sharing your journey, right? Showing up authentic in you, and showing, like, commit to a program and take people from day 1 through day 21, or day 60, and show them every single day, the good, the bad, like how you're improving. Today was a hard day. Like, it's such a great tool. And if you utilize it correctly, you will truly see other people out there that are so inspired by you. And even if they're not ready to jump in yet, they are watching you. What they want to see from you is that you're not going to quit, that you're not going to give up. And you know what? I have people that are finally ready to commit, and it's been 5 years, but it's because they didn't want a coach that was going to go in and out and not be there for them along the way. So the biggest piece of advice that I'll give to you, and Lori will give to you, you have to focus on your own results and your own journey first. I was 45 pounds heavier when I started this. I lost all of my baby weight I had, and I'm very open about this, had a mommy makeover, gained all of my weight back, and I literally had to redo and go through my whole journey again. And I think that you will find when you're not focused on your journey and seeing your own results, that's where your business starts to struggle because you're not feeling your best. So the people in your lives, they don't want to see perfection. They truly want to see the real person, the good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, if you're open and transparent about it, that's what they want to see. They want to see somebody that might not necessarily like eat 100% healthy all the time. Shoot, those gluten-free Oreos are amazing. And I freaking ate like the whole entire package this weekend with no shame, but I'm open about it. I'm not going to be, I used to closet eat. And so I say that, but I used to eat behind closed doors, and I open up about that. Why? Because there's people out there that really struggle with that, okay? Facebook and Instagram are super amazing platforms to connect with other people and build your network. You get to build your brand, not your coach's brand, because I'm telling you right now, Lori and I are very different. I'm probably the most basic person you'll ever meet with a side of leopard flair, and she's like the most done up person, and we could honestly, but I can pick up a phone tomorrow and call her and she would be there for me. Or you know what? I text her and said, do you need me to come pick you up? Because she got a flat tire tonight. But that's what our community is about. And you know what? Where I come in as a guide is I'm going to mentor you. Lori's going to mentor you. Our team, we're bomb at this. We will help you through social media. It's not always fun and pretty, but if you take the advice that we give you, you're not going to go and post stock pictures of Beachbody products and sell them. You're not going to show up and be like, here, come buy my Energize. But there's fun ways to show it on Reels and TikTok where people are going to be like, what is this that you're addicted to? Like, why do you like it so much? Like, you don't drink coffee anymore? So anything you don't know, guys, we're going to show you the ropes and you're going to learn quickly, but you have to show up and do it over and over and over again because you can do it one day, but if you stop, you're just going to have to start over. So the more you do it, the easier it becomes and the more growth that you're going to have within your own journey to tell your story. You want me to go?
So if you're thinking, well, how do I do this? Because I don't know what I'm doing. How am I supposed to sign people up? Well, that's great. You don't have to know anything because we got you. So the way that these groups, these private accountability groups work is that we have a community group. We do one, oh my God, I cannot get my words. We run one through our Beachbody On Demand app. And so that's where you access the workouts and there's like little mini Facebook groups within that. So they're called BOD groups. And we do that more now because not everybody has a Facebook, but Facebook is where we run the majority of our, Louis sleeping on the couch, where we run the majority of our community groups. And so we always have a group over there. And within that group, they're being coached by everyone. So you don't feel like you need to know it. We share the tips. We have daily accountability posts. We have weekly meal plans. We will do like calls. We will jump in, all kinds of things. And so the cool thing is it's not like you have to coach them. You are locking arms and you're doing this together. And statistics show that when you start a program and you're doing it with a friend versus doing it alone, you're more likely to complete it, and not only complete it, but to continue on, because this isn't a 30-day thing. We're trying to sign you up to do some program or whatever, and then we're done. Like, no, this is a journey. This is a lifestyle. Like, this is something we're trying to help you create healthy habits so that you can live the life you love without waiting on, the weight, to feel sexy in the size that you're at, to just be happy and healthy and confident. And get rid of the diet restrictions and just, girl, eat that pizza. Because that's what we had for dinner. That's what we had for dinner today. Just telling you, I'm not going to stop. But we learn how to do it together. So you're not actually coaching them. We're doing this all together. There's professionals that have already made all the workouts. There are nutritionists that have already come up with all the meal plans. Then you have us who have been around for a while and are there to walk you through until you're ready one day to say, you know what? I want to do this on my own. Or maybe you never want to do because you just love the community and the support. And we have some girls that have been in there since the day I started that joined with me, and they're still there just because they love it that much. And the cool thing about being a coach, you are your own CEO. So we are called an independent teen Beachbody coach because you're independent. You can run your team, your group, your everything that you do the exact way that you want to do it. And you don't have to even do anything with us. And we have people that do that, and that's okay. That's the cool thing. There is no right or wrong way. You're going to see people in this company that are completely tattooed from head to toe. You're going to see, they call, I don't know, like the crunchy moms, like the super organic yoga, doing all that. You're going to see the drinker partier girls who got into this because they wanted to learn how to drink vodka and soda versus drinking beers and margaritas. Like you're going to see, you know, the homeschooling moms. You're going to see the ones that do weekly Bible study moms. You're going to see, you know, the ones that are fabulous, like, you know, get your hair and your lashes done. I don't have them today. I take them out for my MRI. But the point is, like, you get it. Like, there's someone for everyone. And what this is about is finding who you are. And it's almost like creating your own sorority, creating your own girl gang based on your styles, your life, your connections, your passions, and then getting to do this together. And when you do that, you find that's where like the secret sauce is. It's in these communities, it's in the support, it's in everything that you do. It's in these groups. And you don't even have to run it. Like, we got it. Long story. So monthly fee. So people are going to say, okay, what do I gotta pay for? What do I gotta buy? You guys, this is the smallest investment in creating the biggest business that you're ever gonna find. So one of the biggest things, we've already talked about this, is being proof that the products work. So when Heather was struggling with her business, and you know, she always will say this story. I said, what program are you doing? How committed are you? Like, if you want to go all in on this business and really grow it, I challenge you to take yourself, give you 3 weeks, commit 100%, do it start to finish, sharing it every day, following your nutrition plan. You don't have to live like that forever, but treat your body and your results as your business, because what happens and what comes from that is the excitement that you're going to get, the confidence that you're going to gain. So when you sign up as a coach, we get you started with a package, and it will range from generally $160, they're up to $200 and something, but it's bundled together, so it saves you more the more you buy. And being the accounting girl that I am, like, I want you to save the most money, get the most stuff, and then going forward, this is where it gets cool. You're going to save 25% off all your products. So with what we do, in order for you to be active, in order for you to continue to grow, in order for you to really create this as a business opportunity, you just need to be using your products. And so that's what's basically saying, is you have to have an order of at least $50 more to be considered active. But why would you be a coach if you're not doing this? And that's what I don't understand. You got into this for goals, for you to take care of you first. So you're going to be doing your workouts, you're going to be using your shakes, you're going to be trying to survive mom life, you're going to be drinking that Energize. I know Heather's probably got a giant glass of it on her desk over there. So this really isn't going to be an issue, because I want you to be so obsessed with these products, like you use them and talk about them anyway. Okay, so you're going to be using them. Like, the business is a perk. And when I realized I would be doing this anyways, even if there wasn't the business piece, I would still be doing these programs. I would still be using these products. I'd still be talking about it. Like, I'm still waiting on all my checks from Target, you know, for all the stuff that I buy that they don't pay me for, you know. But this is the benefit. We get paid for it. So if you can't afford to do this, you need to do this. Like, I can't even stress that enough. If you're sitting there thinking, gosh, I can't afford it, girl, I get you. I was there. I had to sell my maternity clothes online to come up with the money, because I want to say, like, I look back at the date the other day. I want to say it was April 15th, but I vaguely remember I didn't even have the money then. I think we just got paid on the 5th and the 20th. That's probably what it was. Anyway, nonetheless, I know I had to sell my maternity clothes online in order to get started. And then going forward, the only thing that you pay for are the products that you purchased, except we do have the $15.95 monthly coach fee. And what that is that pays for your websites, all of the business things. We have a complete, like, online office that keeps track of your customers, your coaches. You don't have to have any type of inventory at all whatsoever. It manages all that stuff. You get your website for people to go to. You don't have to order anything, and they're actually going to be updating this for like a different preferred customer version, so that you can get the discounts and not have to worry about even being a coach, because the word can be scary. So the only thing that you're paying for that you have to pay for is that monthly coach fee. But I know Costco's charging me $100 a year to go shop at their stores. I know Netflix is charging me a monthly fee to use their services. Now, if I use it, it's up to me, but that's for what I'm paying for to be part of their program. So you do have to pay that every single month, but what you get from that is also you get the 25% discount off the programs and the products that you're already using. So there's always going to be a net savings. So you really don't even notice this fee because you're going to be saving money from the top already. I can't remember if that's on the next slide or not. Yeah, so as a discount coach, which is kind of what I started as, is the little term. That's why I put that in quotes, because it's not a real thing. Everyone's a coach. It's just your mindset of how you work it. So the discount coach is the one that signs up. You don't really care. You just want to use the products. You just want to join in the groups. You just want to use your discount and be a part of everything. Absolutely fine. Okay. But you have the ability that, you know, when you start getting good results, your girlfriend's going to be like, okay, girl, what you do? Show me, like, tell me what it is. I want to sign up. They can order from you. And then maybe you'll be like me and you'll be like, okay, well, this is cool. It's going to cover the cost of my products that I'm using already. So that kind of turns into what we call as a hobby coach. So you're using it, you're loving it, you maybe love your job, you don't ever want to leave, you just want to dabble in this, you want to take advantage of your discount, but you're doing it just enough to where it's kind of covering the cost of your products, where you kind of get excited about the new programs that are coming out and you talk a little bit more about it. But maybe like you don't want to go all in. And then one day, like somebody pisses you off at work, you want to stab someone, you know, with a fork and throw your phone. Like I've had all these things, right? Where you're just not happy in the place that you are. And then your plan B, this little hobby thing, is like, I'm about to make this shit work. Like Lori told me that she qualified for this legacy club thing where she's earned a ton of money doing this business. I'm kind of, it's not that I'm embarrassed, but and I should be very blatant about this. You guys, I've earned over $2 million in this company in the 8 years that I've done this. Like, and it's mind-blowing to me, mind-blowing. And I got motivated to do this when my coach told me how much she made. She told me she made $4,327 in 1 week. And I remember sitting at my desk and I slammed my hands down and I remember thinking, what the hell? I will never in my life make that much money at my job. I need to do that. And that's where my mind switched. Now, granted, I've been in this for 8 years. I have hustled my butt off for 8 years in order to make that possible. But do you know that there's coaches that make that in 1 year alone? 1 year alone. And I'm not there yet, but I will be. And things like that motivate me. And so maybe you'll get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm cool with the way life is, but it needs to get better. And I'm tired of coming home at the end of the day. I'm tired of being stressed out. I'm tired of using one credit card to pay the other. I want to join and do a little bit more. I want to take this seriously. So that becomes this community builder. To where you still want your discounts, you still want to be part of the communities, but you really want to learn about the business. You really want to take the time to be like, okay, I love my teaching job, but I'm ready to quit. I want to come home to my babies. I want to work a little bit more in order to get a little bit more back out of it. It's not something like you need to do right away, but this is your goal. You're working towards that. And then there's the ones that are just like, okay, I want to go all in. I want the trips. I want the money. I want to make the impact. I want the freedom. I want to retire my husband. I want to do all these things and I want to go all in. I want to run. Tell me what I need to do. I will do whatever you say. And that's considered like a business builder, a legacy builder. That's why it's called Legacy Club. Like you have the ability from this $150 investment to create a multi-million-dollar business. And I always have to say that income disclaimer because it's true. And if you kind of sort of work it, you're going to kind of sort of get the results. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to bring 2 friends in and then I'm going to make $1 million. No, like you have to put yourself out there. You have to be coachable. You have to let us teach you how to do these things that can make you successful. And they work. And it's not going to kill you. And the worst thing that's going to happen is you might fumble on your words. You might, word vomit on people a couple times. But in case you guys missed it on this call, I've screwed up a billion times already. So what? Like, who cares? People will love you for you and for the things that you add value into their lives for. And they're going to be like, I don't care what she's trying to sell me. I just love that she shows up every day and gives me her tips on, whatever you do. And I just want to be a part of that energy. I just want to be a part of that. Like, she is my best friend online. I want to do this with her. And that's where this really comes from. And so, and you can change these at any time. Like, maybe you have a life thing going on and you're like, oh, I need to step back a little bit. We're not going to shame you. We might tell you like, no, bitch, you got to work because you were meant for this. But if you need to pull back a little bit, like, we're still going to be here. We're not going to kick you out because there are some groups that do that. We're not going to kick you out. We're not going to stop loving on you. We're not going to stop supporting you. But we want you to see the light that is in you that can shine out to others. And sometimes it just takes people to bring that out of us in order to make that happen. Okay? I go off on these little tangents. I'm sorry. Okay. Do you want to go?
Why should you join Beachbody specifically? So here's the thing. I'm sure, you could have been presented with 1,000 different opportunities by now. I was presented with this opportunity 6 times before I said yes. I was actually presented this opportunity like 2 weeks before I went into labor, and I was just like not having it. So I finally had to you have to reach your point. You have to be ready to do this. And as coaches, you're not going to be creating meal plans. You're not going to create your workouts, although some people do, and some people really enjoy the nutrition aspect. That would be, that's a perk of having a team that's filled with multiple facets of people. I'm a nutritionist, so I am obsessed with nutrition and I love it. But you don't have to be have a certification in fitness or a background in fitness. Beachbody truly prides itself in delivering results, and that happens because we literally test these programs out. And let me tell you who gets to test them out. It's the new coaches that are having success. It's not Lori anymore. Like, it used to be the elite coaches. It used to be the coaches that were at the tip top of the company. And now it's the coaches that are seeing results within the first few months of their business that get to truly test the newest programs that are coming out before they even come out to us. So trust me, I've never been in a test group ever. And I'm waiting for the day that I get to be in one, because that is a blessing, you guys. And there's a couple people on here that are in that running. But just know, like, all of these programs are tested out with real people. They're not getting their food made for them. They're tested out with people that enjoy these programs, okay? You have zero inventory. A lot of companies, you have to buy the inventory, then you resell the inventory. That's part of your fee. We have distribution centers throughout the country, Canada, France, the UK. So you have a distribution center somewhere that is completing the orders. People can literally go onto your website, or they go and they purchase from the link that you send them, okay? There's no big buy-in, and you have zero sales requirements. So if you don't want to sell anything this month, cool. That's not on me. That's on you. And you're going to pay your $15.95 fee, and that's it, okay? But there's extra rewards quarterly. Yes, there's extra rewards for your first month. If you hit your goals, for 1 month, 3 months, 6, 9, and 12 months throughout the year. And every year they actually switch it up. I actually just got my Theragun in the mail for helping and meeting my goal for all 12 months last year. A Theragun. How freaking cool is that? If you don't know what it is, I didn't either. I had to research it. But it's like a massage thing. Anyways, so you literally will get rewarded too for being on your monthly home direct. So that if you are on your Shakeology monthly home direct for an entire year, you're rewarded. And then it's years 2, 3, 4. And I don't know if they have year 5 yet. But on our team, you guys are constantly trained and supported with literally in your business, in your health, your fitness, your personal goals. And this is what I'm going to say to you. If you want to run, your coach is going to run with you. Or if your coach isn't going to run, you're going to have a coach that will run with you. okay? If you're gonna walk or you're gonna crawl, we will be there to cheer you on, but we're only going to match the efforts that you are gonna put into it. So if you only wanna be a discount coach and you wanna rock out your challenge group, let's do it. But if you wanna work your business, trust me when I say, Lori probably gets more questions from me on a daily basis than some coaches do all year. And that's fine. But it's okay if you're going to run. We will never, ever apologize. And don't you dare apologize for asking the questions, okay? So you can join new teammates for a number of our events. Unfortunately, we have not had an event. It's been a year since we've had an actual event. And fingers crossed, we are planning a leadership event. We are not sure if it's going to happen. We don't know if Summit's going to happen this year. But with that being said, we still try to provide virtual events and virtual trainings for you guys. So you also can get the reward. You earn a free trip every year based upon your productivity and based upon your efforts and your goals met. We were supposed to be going to Mexico this year, and guess what? Comes 2022, it's going to be the biggest party ever, because this is the second year that we've had to bypass it. But anyways, these rewards and these trips are earned by helping yourself, helping people, and truly helping your team do the same thing. So if your goal is to actually get out on a vacation for you and your husband because you've never been on a vacation by yourselves before, guess what? I'm going to tell you to hustle your butt off for the next year. And the only thing you have to do is pay for those flights, and you've got an all expense paid trip or cruise or wherever we go next year. So it is hard work. I'm never going to tell somebody that this is easy. You're going to work off hours. You're going to work in the mom cracks of your day. But wouldn't you rather be working, sitting next to your kids than sitting in an office while they're in daycare, or you don't know when you can pick them up, or if you're going to miss that, scheduled pickup? Because I promise you, I've been there to the point where I was rushing home, praying that I was going to be there in time because my daughter was throwing up at school. And I was like, never again. It's not going to happen. Do you want to?
I'm going to jump in on this one. And you guys, we're going to try to really respect your time. I know I talk a lot and I'll go off on these tangents. And I messaged Heather just now. I'm just like, okay, I talked way too much. Sorry. So we're going to jump through these last few slides, partly because they're going to be a little like over your head, overwhelming, and then partly because we just want to respect your time. And these are all things that you're going to learn after you get signed up anyway. We will be like harping on this all the time. So there's multiple ways that you can make money in this business, but the first and easiest way is through commissions. So you will get from 25 to 40% kind of commission based on the packages that you sell. Based on someone wants to try the pre-workout. Maybe someone just wants to get started with a program. Maybe they just want protein shake, which is different than our superfood shake. We have a protein shake, but we drink the superfood shakes. So you could earn, all kinds of opportunity income just from the products. So that is the number one thing. But you guys, that is not going to create you a six-figure business, and it will run you to the ground thinking that you can make that much just by selling things, because that is where it kind of like takes away the joy from the business, because you're like, okay, how can I make more? Like, you can only do so much. So let's go to the next one. So the main way you create income is by, yes, sharing your journey, helping other people get started, but then it's how do you help the people that you've helped help other people? How do you create a team? How do you create that domino effect? Because once you want to sign up your girlfriend or your coworker, maybe her sister and her sister's best friend want to join and they want to do this too. So this is where the big income opportunity piece comes from, is the residual income that you make. And I'm going to just jump in here. Someone might be like, well, that sounds like a pyramid thing. Okay, babe, it is 2021. There are no more pyramid schemes. Like, it's illegal. It's not going to happen. Let's just go ahead and smash that right there. Pyramid schemes, no one benefits off of anyone except one person. But just like Heather was talking about, you have the ability to be more successful than me if you put in the work to make it happen. And this is the primary place where this happens. It's by creating a team of other people who want to do it too. It's like literally making your own girl gang, and then all of your girlfriends like go get their own other girlfriends in their other groups and make them all join it. This is where it comes from. So again, this is going to be so confusing. So, oh, I'm talking about something else. Okay. Residual income. I'm talking about the team piece, which I think is part 3. I didn't even read the screen. So the residual income also is from the income that comes forward through the compound effect of getting people started. So your goal is to help 3 people. If you're really trying to build this as a business, your goal is to help a minimum of 3 people a month. And what happens is the 3 people that you help in month 1, you get that commission from it, and it's $50. And so you'll get $150 in month 1. And then your goal again in month 2 is to help 3 people with a package. You get $50 commission from that. So that's $150. But what happens is the 3 people that you helped in month 1, you're still helping them, and they're going to continue using their products and drinking their shakes. And so when they reorder, you're going to have the 3 commissions from those initial orders in month 2. So that ends up with $246 in month 2. And then in month 3, same thing. You're helping a minimum of 3 people. You're going to also get the commissions from the people that ordered in month 1 that are going to order again, and the people that ordered in month 2 that should be ordering again because they're going to love it and be obsessed with it and want all the other things. And that's just the minimum. And in those 3 months, you could have earned $790. And I don't know about you guys, but when I started this, that was huge. That was huge for me. Like just getting an extra $50 a week or like a month would have been a big deal for me. Like to have that extra thing to just go to lunch with my girlfriends, get my nails done, whatever it is, it adds up quickly over time. So this is a piece of it for the compound effect, because you're constantly helping people get started and helping them grow that income. But then the big piece, like what I just went off on that whole little excited thing about, is I believe what part 3 is going to be, is the team bonuses. And because this is, now that you're helping people get started, you're helping them to see how to get other people started. And with these team bonuses, we have where it's called a Teen Cycle Volume Bonus. And that is from, like I said, helping everybody get started. We'll teach you about all this later. It's from the volume of the products that you sell, not only from the people that you help get started, but even the ones that your girlfriends bring in. You benefit from that as well, and they benefit from everything you do. You, for every 5 people that you help get started, you're going to get an additional $100 bonus. And then you also get a matching bonus. So every time Heather gets one of these weekly Teen Cycle Volume bonuses, I get a small percentage of that from the company for what she's doing, which essentially is free money. And then we also get quarterly bonuses based off the ranks that we hold within our personal businesses. So they go from 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, and 15-star. And then if you're 15, you get 15, 10, 5, and 2. Your goal, our goal for you is we want to help you build that team. I want to help you get to 2-star as soon as possible, because that is when you'll really see the income piece jump, because essentially you'll get to double dip in the income opportunity at that point. This is way over your head at this point, but essentially just know I got you. I know how to set it up. I know how to place you. I know how to strategically do this so that you can get the most amount of income back, but you got to get there. And then I will teach you how to do all the extra stuff in order to go forward. So first thing first, you got to sign up. The only thing you have to do, again, is get started with your package, and then you're going to have to pay the fee. But as a way of saying thank you, especially if you are an active military, just know that within the first 30 days of signing up, we will need you to fill some forms out online, and then they will give you, they will waive that monthly coach fee if you're active military or if you are a veteran. And then as well as just with any kind of coaching, whether you're discount, hobby, you want to do this for the business, you're just doing it as a veteran. If you ever decide like, I don't want to do this anymore, you can cancel it anytime. There's no fees. There's no like hidden things. Like you can just stop, and then you can just be part of our boot camps, because anytime someone quits, just because you don't want to do the business doesn't mean we're not going to help you. We're not going to support you. Still be part of our community. And in fact, we have a lot of people that have quit and come back. So it's a never ending journey. This is just where we're here to support you based on the goals that you have for your life. And look, we still managed to finish the fortnight. So if you have been watching this and you're like, okay, I'm still really confused. I don't know what you're talking about, but I know I want to be part of this. then you need to message the coach that invited you and figure out what the best option for you to get started, because everybody that's on here is in a different place, and we want to help you with the best solution and at the cheapest way for you to get started. And generally that's always with a package. It's always with either a regular challenge pack or a completion package if you already are currently using the Beachbody On Demand, because that will also waive off the $40 membership fee. So the only thing you're paying for is your actual package in order to get started. And then you're gonna go and be like, hey, I'm gonna tell all my friends I'm doing this, y'all come do it with me. And then we'll show you how to sign them up and then immediately pay yourself back for getting started. That's the cool thing. And I regret not doing that in the beginning. I was afraid my friends would be like, oh, you're just trying to sell me something. But then come to find out, they were hurt that I didn't ask them because they didn't think they were good enough to do this with me. So like, bring everybody in, you know? So does anybody have any specific questions? Like, I know I talk fast. I know this was a lot of info. I know I get like really excited about a topic and then squirrel happens and I probably go off on the side. But just to show you, you gotta be perfect at doing this. Anybody? So Stephanie said, so we need 9 people basically. No, you don't. You just need you. But the goal is to help 3 new people every month in order to qualify for what's called Success Club. And then after you do that 3 months in a row, it's just kind of using that minimum business standard as an example for your income. But after you do that 3 months in a row, you'll earn what's called Success Starter, which is kind of like a recognition within the company. And then, you know, like what Heather was talking about, the trips and all those things, that helps pay for that. But it also gets recognition within our team. But once you continue doing that, 3 people, you need 3 people every month. That adds up, 3 plus 3 plus 3, like you help compound people over time so that you're constantly creating a stream of income coming in from those sales. Some months you might have 0. But this month, or last month, was my 100th consecutive month, meaning I've done it every single month. I've helped a minimum of 5 people every month for the last 100 months in a row. And it's not that you're running out of people, it's that you're not meeting enough and you're not networking enough and you're not creating those relationships. So if you think it's oversaturated, it's only because you follow too many coaches or you follow too many fitness people. Because I guarantee you there's what, 35 million people in the US alone. Is it billion, million? I don't know. All I know is it's a lot, and not everybody knows about what we do, or they've tried something else and it didn't work and now they want to come try this. There's always somebody that needs your help and doesn't know about this. So I promise you, like it's an opportunity that's there for you. But yes, girl, if you can get 9 people in 1 month, like you will be killing it. Doing great things. Anybody else? Like I said, I know it's a lot of info. I know we kind of covered a lot going forward. And every time we do these calls, it's different. Like we kind of focus on something a little bit different. There's something a little bit more in our heart. We focus on a different side of our story. But whatever the reason was that the person invited you here or that you were interested, please keep going on that. Because if you took this time out of your life to be here and to learn, there's something in you that's pulling at your heart to say, maybe I should give it a try. The opportunity is there, the success, opportunity is there. And the worst thing that would ever happen from this is that you get in a little bit better shape, you make a little bit of extra side money, you get a little better mindset, but there's literally nothing bad that can come from you trying. In fact, everything is 30-day money back guaranteed. It's like, you don't try it, you try it, you don't like it, send it back. It's fine. But at the end of the day, we want you to find a purpose, a passion, a solution for the things that are going on. And if you're going to complain about not being happy with what's going on in your life and you don't do something to fix it, you're choosing it. And we want to help you get out of that solution, get out of that problem, find a solution, whatever that is for you, and to just be happy in every aspect of life. So I don't have anything else. If you guys need anything, like I said, just reach out to your coach, reach out to one of us, let us know how we can help you, and then let's get going, because we have a new group that's starting Monday, or new opportunity to get started with some cool stuff on Monday. We will have a new training call on next Tuesday. So for you guys that are signing up, we'll jump on a call and really kind of dial into a lot of this in more depth. And then we will officially begin our next like group on the 15th. So you have time to get signed up. You have time to invite some people to join you. You have time to create, you know, just a little bit of money on the way and just like get excited and talk about it. So we want to help you get all set up and everything that you need in order to see the success. So good. Anything else, Heather?
No, y'all just have fun with it. The more
You're
fun
muted
you
or
have with
something.
it.
Oh,
Am I muted?
no, there you are.
Oh, just have fun with it. If I can give you guys one piece of advice, just have fun with your journey. And that's, I mean, Lori always tells me, just Heather, go do something that brings you joy. Like if it stresses you out, go back to do something that brings you joy and then come back the next day. So don't stress out about it. The more you stress out about it, the harder it is. So if you just put your heart out there, it'll all work out.
Okay. Y'all have a good night.
Bye guys.